Mine's is dead. It's blinking. Yeah. Who the heck put these lug nuts on? Right. Nope. That ain't the gun. Yeah. Let me go get a fresh battery.
We trying to snap on versus
Bauer.
So it's not your gun. You did good.
Yeah, it's my battery.
Uh-oh. Might be the gun, bro.
No, just put it on charge. And... Two bars should have did it though.
Look like it might be one.
Going on two.
Two going on one.
Just charge it up. Charge it up. Charge it up and see before you condemn it. Raphael,
see, I thought I made that look easy with a charged battery. When it comes to tools, some of my stuff is a mixed bag. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I do know one thing, having the correct tools really make your life easier. This is what is this, a Fusion? Mm-hmm. The date of birth on this thing. 17. I gave myself a concussion this morning. Oh, man. Yeah, it hurt now. He's having some hard turning. Ford has been known for their crappy racks. That's most likely going to be the issue. But I got to run some tests. Somebody been messing around with this connector. Looks a little strange. This belt is squealing, so I'm going to figure out, see what's going on with that while I'm under here. Oh, my bad. Something is wrong. It's supposed to be a stretch belt, and either the CarQuest pulley is sized wrong or they put the wrong belt on here. Let me check the tension because it's supposed to be very tight. Dealing with newer vehicles, sometimes you have to go dealership. I know it's probably a belt issue from experience because we had a hard time finding the belt for this car. Yep, this belt is too slack. It's not the proper belt.
Did we put the belt on?
No, well, this is our first time seeing this car.
Okay.
When I opened the hood, the hood is all mangled. I would remember a loud pop. It made a loud popping noise.
Is your head okay? Do we want some ibuprofen?
Yeah, I'll take medicine.
I know, we know.
Ugh.
And thank you to you all who gave us some ideas for allergy remedies for Alex.
So probably when I turn on the air, it probably get worse. That's it. Turbo! Unless the air don't work. I didn't hear the compressor kick on. I don't like these 4-cylinder Fords. They don't hold up like the 6 cylinders. All right, let's see what the codes are. Sound great. Let's just do a system scan on it.
Let me check the mileage. What year you said this was?
17.
112.
112. Lost communication with steering control module. Steering control module is built inside of the rack. So I need to go under there and check connections. But this particular code is normally pointing at the rack. The rack needs to be replaced. Like I said, I don't know what it is with Ford and their racks, but we do a lot of Ford racks. It's one of their downfalls. I'm just erasing everything just to start fresh. The alternator belt is slipping, so it could be causing voltage problems getting to the rack. The rack draws a lot of amperage because it is an electronic rack, and if the alternator is not spinning at its proper speed, it causes issues as well. I just thought of that. This intelligent diagnostic things also pulls up technical service bulletins. That's very important as a technician to look at technical service bulletins. They push that real hard when I was at the dealership. Coming, anytime a diag come in, they always say check service bulletins. That need to be the first thing you do before you look into even touch the car, because it could be a technical service bulletin for that particular issue.
Are you okay?
No.
You know what? Let me cut, cause I'm gonna give you some. Take a look at it and give you some.
That's fine.
No.
It's gonna
Hold
be
on, y'all. We'll be right back.
so.
All right, now we back.
Whoever he been had working on this thing has been botching it.
He said a shop in Tucker, and they did an engine replacement.
Ah. Got a brake line twisted over here. Whoever did his brakes last, they twisted the brake line, causing a lot of stress on that brake line. It's a failure point. Splash shield hanging down. Need tires. 4 tires to be exact. This tire is basically bald. This tire is dry rotted with shock damage on it. It's got some cupping. So none of his tires are good. Probably going to use tire places because I don't see shock leakage. You have to be careful when you go to use tire places. They'll give you damaged tires. You may think you're getting a good tire by looking at the tread, but if you look closely, you'll see dry rot cracks. You'll have flat spots in the tire from it being on the previous car with bad shocks. So a lot goes into buying tires. I'm gonna look up that code now. I think it was UO131, but from my experience, it's gonna be the rack. All the wires look good. Nothing is cut. I'm gonna follow it back up to the top, but my main wire looks good. That module will go out and cause power steering failure. Yeah, they put the wrong belt on this vehicle. It's supposed to be slack.
I think they told him something was old, but I let him know.
No, look at that. I don't supposed to be able to do that. This is supposed to be a stretch belt. It's supposed to be very tight. No, they lied to him talking about something supposed to be old.
I think he said that, clarify. Let me go.
Old school knowledge. They need to go to classes and bring their knowledge up to speed. I'm gonna see can I secure that for him. Probably some push pins. Standing on business. 10 toes down. I don't know the rest of the song.
Never heard it.
I'm a big stepper.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Shout out to all the big steppers. You know what? Actually, what I've been listening to lately? I don't know. Anything but country music. I'm good on that.
Let me check my fuses. Need to look up a diagram. See which fuse goes down there. So even though I know what it is, I'm still running the proper procedure of checking stuff. It's like this on any vehicle. The day when you get comfortable and be like, oh yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that may work the first 5, 10 times, but it's gonna be that one time where you get extremely comfortable and you misdiagnose it by just throwing a part at it. This is loose, so he's sucking in trash. Whoever worked on it last didn't even bother to put this back in place. Wow. Didn't take no time at all.
How do I cut that off?
I just have to pull up all data.
Hold
And
on.
it'll
Let
cut
me do
off.
that because it's bothering me.
It's white noise.
I don't like white noise like that.
Pull up all data anyway. I'm about to get on it.
Okay. There you go.
Aiden did that anyway. I don't even know how he got that thing on.
His contribution to the shop.
So look up the code, check the wire diagram, and go from there. U0131. All right. 17 fusion.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, 1.5 or 2.0. Not sure. I think it's a 1.5. 1.5. What did I say? P.O.
I thought you said U something.
Oh, okay. It was a U code. U0131. Lost communication with power steering control module. Missing message. All right, so click that. Let's see. Left side of engine compartment. I do not see this 70 amp fuse. We find that this fuse is good. This fuse is in question. This fuse provides power hot at all times to the motor.
The power steering motor?
Yep.
Okay.
See, motor got ground. Yeah. So these are CAN communication lines going back into the instrument panel cluster. I'm gonna look under there and make sure I don't see anything obvious. Check power at the. Well, I guess I can just go down there and check power at the motor, because it's hot at all times. So I should get 12 volt battery voltage from this brown and red wire. Because I don't see this fuse. I'm gonna do that now. The 19? Where you last had it?
Who's using on the other net?
It's stuck on the wheel still.
It's on there?
I never took it off. I think I bust them loose and just left them on there. Make sure you double checking, triple checking everything. Did you find the air hammer? The video ain't gonna.
Smashed in there.
Video ain't gonna help you. Yeah, we need an air hammer. Video ain't gonna help. A big punch, and we can split the nut. Let me help Raphael with this. I come back to this. Let me get my demolition pry bar. Oh yeah. You got the green hammer? Okay, we're good. Yeah, let me see that.
I was doing that with my yellow one.
The problem is, you should have probably left it connected. Now every time we hit it, the exhaust is gonna move and absorb the impact. That's what's happening.
Bring it up.
I'm just splitting it. When I get it nice and split, then I start to bang it the other way.
I'm trying to.
Just catching my breath. This is high as it go?
You go higher.
Yeah, let's go high. Too crunched. Yeah, always leave it connected until you have these three out, just in case we need to do this. Almost there.
Careful with the started digging the little. From the angle, I was getting it out.
These GM downpipe bolts are sometimes a pain in the butt if they strip out. You have to split them. So I got it. Should be able to finesse it out now.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Uh-huh. All right, back to it. That was my workout for the day. Oh, trying to bump my head again.
Maybe they'll be impressed again that you actually use tools and fix stuff. Y'all gotta get off that though.
Oh,
It's like, listen, like out of 700 videos almost, the man don't have to turn wrenches. Like, people crazy.
yeah. Oh, I found out what this is for. What's for that? Hate these little security tabs. I'm gonna have to get something to unlock it with. All right, 12 volts. We are good. I can remove these, secure that. Give him my diagnostics. Never fails. Plug this back up. Supposed to be some tins that go in here. All right. Oh. Thought there was 8s for a second. I finally went crazy. Somebody stripped it. It just keeps spinning. Put another 10, another side, and hopefully that'll hold it. Somebody been hacking this car. Oh, they're plastic. They're not, they don't supposed to have 10s. They're supposed to be like a screw type. So that's not gonna work. Supposed to have some teeth to it. Yeah, okay. The wrong fastener. It's supposed to be a screw type like that.
Let's see.
Well, I gotta pull it out if I don't want to.
Like that?
Yeah, well, that one's in the sideways. All right, so let me see, can I find a screw? See? Screw tight. So I'm gonna see if this will work. I hate leaving people splash shields now. Sometimes it's just best to take them off if you get to a point that's not savable.
Trying to see what you're doing.
I'm trying to see what I'm doing. Messing up. There we go. All right. Yeah. It'll be fine. It's all ripped up. But better than it was before. It's probably gonna come back down. Probably need to go ahead and just take it down.
That's the shop motto, leave it better than we found it.
Yep, it's slightly better. All right, I'm done with this one. I'm gonna recommend a rack and pinion. I am gonna take one more look in the inside just to make sure there's no wires damaged. Sometimes it's very obvious when it comes to damaged wires. I do need to take, I don't think it, does it goes back to the computer? I gotta look, because if it does, I need to unplug the computer and take a look at these prongs because someone took that off and didn't put it back on properly. And so that tells me that they was kind of careless, and careless acts, you can shove it in there and bend a prong, and one of the prongs will be like bent and smashed down where all the rest of them will connect and everything will work, but that particular problem. So it don't look like, nope, it don't look like it's going back to the computer. It's going back to the instrument panel. Wait a minute, computer data lines. So it does have data lines going to the computer, so I need to check that. And yeah, this is broken. Look at that. See how it's curved versus this one is straight? Just careless. So I'm gonna have a hard time with this. It's like halfway in there. Could be the problem right there. Could be the problem right there. This is going to the engine. Yeah. This could potentially be the issue. Wow. Destroyed this man's stuff. I need a flat head. When these break, boy, they're a pain in the butt. Jeez. When it works, it works. Prongs look really good. Nothing is bent. Let's see, can I push it on better than what it was before? All right, cool. All right. Sometimes you just have to backtrack because he said he had an engine put in here. So that's why I'm like really focusing on wires and whatnot. Go ahead and pull these off too because we do have prongs going into the fuse box there, which is right here.
That's why the more information you get from the customer, the better. You know?
Uh-huh. Now, every situation is different. And like I was telling you, don't get comfortable because, you know, you have to interrogate the customer, see what was done, see who last touched it. Because sometimes you'll find yourself going behind other people. It could be a simple fix. They just left something unplugged. When they was going in with the engine, they kinked a wire, smashed the wire caught in between the transmission bell housing and the engine, things like that. I see. So everything looks good from the surface so far. No smashed wires in between the bell housing. Nothing is routed on the hot exhaust. Those are all the things I'm looking for. All right. I am coming to my conclusion. Let me check the inside. And I'm gonna ask the customer, did the power steering go out after the engine? Oh, right after he got it put in, or did it got the engine put in and months on down the road did it go out? That would lower my suspicion that it is the mechanics, whoever put the engine in, it's their fault. Still the same thing. All right. I've already checked. There's no relearn or anything that I can do. Clear codes one last time. And I need to write up on everything I found. You have my phone, so I need to give
Okay.
him my diagnostic.
Let me get it to you.
So, yeah, it's going to be the rack companion on this one. I wrote everything up. Let's see if he authorized it and go from there. Most likely the parts may have to be ordered. Maybe. Sometimes they keep them in stock because it is a problematic item on these vehicles. And I also wrote up the rest of the stuff that I recommended. I don't think I left nothing out. I think it was tires, brake line twisted, wrong belt installed. I wrote up secured airbox as a courtesy, secured splash shield as a courtesy. I think that was it.
Mm.
So this one is just the oil change. This right here is a prime example of why you want to take your car to a mechanic. Yeah, I know the quick lube places are nice. You go in most of the time. You can just stay in your car these days and you in and out in 5-10 minutes. When you get in the habit of going to places like that, they're not real mechanics. They're just lube techs. Nothing wrong with that. You know, I'm not trying to rain on a parade. It's different strokes for different folks. And I'm pretty sure they're excellent at it. Nothing wrong with that. But when you take your car to a proper mechanic place, they're able to pick up on things and help you maintain your car. Prime example on this one. I popped the hood. He's just here for oil change, but I'm pretty sure he want to know this. Popped the hood. The first thing I smelled was coolant. I'm like, wow, I don't supposed to smell coolant. Look right here. I see a leak. Well, I see dried up coolant. So I'm like, So I just started looking around the engine. And I looked at this radiator neck. If you want to come right in front, this plastic radiator neck is seeping coolant. So it's no longer holding coolant in when it's very wet at the bottom. It's just dripping off. It's not the radiator cap because around the radiator cap it's dry. Let me see, it's not much pressure in here neither. Now I done made a bigger mess. But yeah, I can't even tell anymore because I done made a bigger mess. But anywho, y'all get the idea. The radiator neck is leaking. So yeah. Stuff like this is not good. I'm gonna go ahead and secure this properly for him because what happened as you're going down the road, the bumps cause the battery to shake and vibrate, and that will prematurely mess up a battery. It's very important to have your battery tied down. If it's not tied down, yeah, you're not gonna get the full 4 to 6 years out of your battery. So, little stuff like this really matters when it comes to maintaining a vehicle. A lot of people will overlook little things like this, and then people will wonder, oh, why I have problems with my car? Like, where's all this stuff coming out of nowhere? I get my car serviced on the regular. And yeah, that's why. So we got a K&N air filter. I'm going to blow it out and re-oil it for him. I think I got some K&N air filter oil. You have to service these filters. Yes, there are serviceable filters. But that means diddly squat if you're not taking it out, cleaning it, and oiling it as you should. Most people don't. It's decent. So I'm starting at the top and just kind of working my way around.
And these inspections are courtesy, right?
Yes.
Because you don't want to it was fine ever since when you run around with a coolant leak and don't even know
Yeah.
it, you know, and that's why we do these types of things.
This is especially why we do these sort of things, because the last thing I wanted to leave my shop, and now, yeah, coolant, something done rupture with the coolant, and yeah, guess what? He's gonna go back to me, because I'm the last person that touched it. So I want to make sure I catch any little safety thing on the vehicle. And I'm gonna show you how to service this filter. It's not hard. You don't need a ton of oil. Hopefully I have the oil. I know I bought some. I know it's on the shelf. All right, going up. If you notice a pattern with me, I always stop kind of chest level just so I can get a clear view of everything, and I can kind of pre-shake everything down. Now, I'm not doing a full-on front-end inspection, so I'm not going to get out the pliers because I'm just doing a safety check. I'm not doing a diag. If I was doing a diag, I'd get out the pliers and actually do a full check. But this, for a little quick check, is perfectly fine. I need to clean up around my box.
Yeah, you do.
So he need rear tires like yesterday. Brakes are getting a little low. They're down to about 30%. I mentioned that. Yeah, I need rear tires. These tires look like they came off the front. Hey, he has his rotors on the right way. It does something to me when these rotors are on backwards. Yes, people put them on backwards. Outer tie rod and boot busted open. I'm gonna have to notate that. This one is dry rotted. So I'm gonna recommend outer tie rod ends. He just recently had the CV axles done. It was slinging grease at one point on that side. Everything looks nice and dry under here. I guess the coolant leak that I caused, that's what that is. When I opened it and it kind of spilt a little bit. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit.
What?
It's about right here.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Like, I'm always doing this. The guys never keep this clean. No matter how many times I tell them, keep it clean, because what happens when your oil is coming into the bucket, it can hit a filter and deflect off of it and come right out the doggone bucket, making a mess or getting on you. But no one listens to me sometimes. Except Raphael. Ain't that right, Raphael? All right, that's my little quick technique. So I apply a little bit of pressure on it. When I know I don't have no more threads, I just snatch away real quick. Clean for the most part. I'm gonna replace that gasket. I'm gonna let that drain. A lot of people, when they change an oil, they don't replace the gasket. It's very important. As you can see, this gasket is smashed out and looks very bad. It's gonna be very hard to get out. It's done for. It's screaming for a new gasket.
I never knew they had gas.
Little crush washers. No one ever changed them. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get this off. Because it is beyond bad. There we go. Something flat like a pig. Raphael got me. What you got, Raphael? Understand myself. Surgical stuff going on right now. There we go. Removing the abscess.
Okay, doctor.
Yes, surgical. Legit with it. Now I can just cut it off. These are mine.
Hey, Momo. What's up?
These are mine, ain't they, Rob?
I got one just like that too.
Oh, okay. That's the problem here. We all get our tools mixed up.
What's happening?
What's happening,
What
bro?
up, homie?
I can't
Oh,
go.
Mo got that shave. Let me see,
Ah,
Mo.
he looking clean.
Hold on. You know, you gotta get.
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, man, you gotta be careful.
Be careful.
Bro, yeah.
Mo done trimmed that goatee.
I texted you yesterday. You was online.
You did?
On
On
like
what?
17 times I sent you
Oh,
a message.
God.
And
On
you
what?
already avoided me. That's
Ain't nobody
just
avoiding
because
me.
I'm white don't mean
Don't
shit.
start that with me today.
Listen. Just because I'm white don't mean
You
shit.
white
Oh
today?
my gosh.
Listen.
I said, how is Harry
On what?
on TikTok?
Oh,
Oh,
the
man,
TikTok
there be
be
so
crazy.
many.
Then the phone died.
Then
the
the
phone
phone died.
died on
What you talking about?
TikTok.
I said, how is Harry? Is Mo working with you guys? Say hi to Mo and Harry. Harry. Then I put
I didn't see none of that.
He
I
was,
just don't want to see it because I'm white.
Man, you know what?
I gotta go black on you.
Get out of here, man. You crazy, man.
I'm crazy.
Was it last night? Or
Last time.
the phone died on TikTok
I
Live.
don't want to hear that.
So we went on you.
an excuse. You don't want to come with this shit.
Bye, man. I'm not.
Felicia.
I'm not.
Bye, Felicia.
Mo, you wildin'.
Alex.
Mo, you been watching Friday.
Oh, man, just trying to make it. Getting ready. Count down the days to this cruise, man.
Man, you won $4?
$4.
Can I
Give
get
me
a
$1,
loan?
bro.
Girl,
I need a loan.
Give me $1.
$4.
Give me
It's
$1.
a lot.
$4.
Yeah, it's
Man, I
lotto.
got 9 toes, bro.
It's different because it's lotto money.
I got 9 toes.
I just want to touch $1 of the lotto money.
Oh,
I know I'm never gonna hit.
I just ordered another 2.
Man, please. I've been playing the Powerball and the Mega
I
Millions.
know. I've been seeing
Been
it.
seeing my ticket.
Man, the
Well,
only
last week I went to play with $10. Like, you know what? Fuck it. Here's $10.
I'm about to throw out a line on you guys. What movie this came from? Only people hitting lotto is old people and Puerto Ricans.
No. That's not true. That's not true.
No, it's a line from a
line.
movie.
Oh, okay.
Listen here. That's how folks do you. You can
Well,
say you got
listen.
$4. They still want to.
I love that
Give it
movie.
out.
Listen. Well, the 3 times that they hit, it all hit in Gwinnett County.
I'm going to Gwinnett.
The first
Oh, that
one,
400 million one?
The 417 million
Buford.
in Buford.
I'm going to Gwinnett this weekend. If I hit, bro, I got you.
Girl.
I'm going to give you a cool billion.
I just need $1 million. I just want to
I'ma
pay my
give you $1
bills.
million.
You know
Yeah.
what? Fuck this shit.
I got you.
118 million. I got it. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm up, we all up,
Yeah,
baby.
we all love.
I might close this shop down. I ain't coming.
I'm gonna do the Oprah. You get a car. You get a car. All my subscribers get a car. So now I'm gonna blow this off. Now I'm not gonna blow into it because that'll cause dirt to lodge into it. So I'm gonna blow the backside. That'll help push everything out. Now I'm gonna come to the front. And that should do it. With removing the debris, let me turn my compressor off because this will kick on and it would be extra loud. I got a piece of styrofoam in here. Let me get that. Oop. Come on. All right, and like I mentioned, this filter is nothing if you don't grease it because this is a high flowing filter and it relies on the oil, a light coat of oil to actually catch the dirt. And that's what I'm gonna do now if I can find my. I just had it.
You just had the
put it-
oil.
yeah.
Look in there.
Oh, right here. Bam.
You see
That
the
should do the
product?
trick. Yeah, like I said, not much. And I sprayed this side. Don't want to spray this side because that excess oil can get caught up in your mass airflow sensor and cause problems. Well, this oil can too, but that's why I only did it a little light, a couple of little mists. Now clean the edge and reinstall it, and she'll be good to go.
Now this is not for the disposable filters, correct?
Yeah, this is not. This is for the K&N product or filters like this. And I think I even have the directions. I probably should have read the directions first because I rarely get K&N filters through here. Let's see. Do not handle. Do not spray. Open flame. I don't know. That's how you do it. Whatever. All right. Let's put this back down in here. Make sure my air box is not filthy. Secure. Cool, cool, cool. Let's put some Earl in there. I always like to, during an oil change, I always like to put my caps right here versus right here, right here. They can get easily lost. If you put it right here and try to close the hood, the cap gets in the way. It's better to destroy a cap versus forgetting it and leaving it off. Because if you close the hood on the cap, like, dang, I didn't destroy the cap. Now I know to get the cap, and it's priority versus up here. Now the customer drove away with an oil cap that's off and throwing oil everywhere and causing a mess and potentially damaging an engine. Cool. Nice clean funnel. Here we go. So I have to remember what I wrote up for this car.
Did he come back? We've seen him before?
No, he's new.
Oh, okay.
I have gotten real stable with pouring the oil in cars without funnels. I used to practice a lot back in the day. But, you know, sometimes you will make a mess. I don't really do that anymore. I always kind of use a funnel now.
Oh, radiator neck leaking.
Yeah, radiator neck leaking, rear tires. What
Tie
else?
rod on the
I
passenger
recommend
side.
both tie rod ends. One boot busted open, the other dry rotted. I think that's it. Perform courtesy inspection, secured. Clean service air filter, and what else I do as a courtesy? I don't know.
Yeah, and I guess the customers appreciate the little courtesy things that we do. You know, you don't have to nickel and dime everything.
No. I always do little courtesy stuff, but I'm about to start mentioning it. Normally I don't mention it. I normally just do it. But my wife said I need to notate everything.
Mm-hmm.
Notate. Next most important thing of an oil change that a lot of people don't do or neglect, after you crank the vehicle up, take a peek underneath. Don't take nothing but a couple of seconds to do. And doing this will save you in the long run. You continue to not do that, one of those days, something be dripping and you just done pulled it out and gave it back to the customer, or if it's your car, continue to ride and there goes the engine. So oil changes is one of those services that is very crucial. May seem simple, but it is very important. Now, what I'm doing now is resetting his thing. I do it right? Yeah. Oil filter. Reset. Is that it? Okay. Let's go back. Engine oil. Oops. Enter. Set. I'm messing up. I'm right there. Next. Oh. Set. Oh, silly thing. I can't reset it. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna give him a sticker too. Ah, what is going on? Set. Okay. This thing is tweaking. All right, I got it. I went on in and just hit it, boom, boom, and that was it. Just double click. That's why we're messing up at. All right, let me write this vehicle up, and this gentleman will be on his way. All right, this is my next one. That quick, I done forgot what I supposed to be doing to it. Knock sensor code. That's right. So it's a diag.
What you say?
Eggnog time.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah, my head don't hurt no more.
Good. See that?
So we have quite a few codes on this one. First one is the fuel pressure regulator performance. Fuel trim too rich. It's like a history code, but the regulator will affect that. Then we have a fuel regulator pressure sensor performance. Test failed since DTC clear. History test not passed since power up. And last but not least is the knock sensor. And it is history DTC. Test not passed since power up. That's a circuit code. So may have some wiring issues. Knock sensors normally don't just fail. Let's check the generic side of things. All right, system rich. Ooh, yeah, so we got fuel problems. All right, let me just look into the fuel. Oh yeah, long trims is -20. Jeesh, so we're rich. Long trims is like a saved memory. So when you crank the vehicle up, it knows to add 20% fuel. Negative is, hold on, I'm getting mixed up here. Yeah, negative is like taking away. Positive is adding. I'm getting it confused. I think straight, but this is too rich. And when you crank it up, the car short trim will try to balance it out to keep it at a 0. Because if I reset this, you're going to see the short trims dropping to negative.
So what is it supposed to read? A positive number?
No, it's supposed to read between -5 to +5.
Okay.
In the perfect world, it's supposed to read 0. That's a perfect fuel air to ratio. But we don't stand in a perfect world. Variables change. Fuel is different. It's just a lot of stuff go into play. That's very complicated. But geesh. Let's see, can I look at the fuel regulator? So she's having 2 issues. She done went too long without getting problems fixed. And this is that 2.4, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's having timing chain problems too, but she's not in here for that, so I'm not gonna look into that. Fuel pressure sensor. All right, let's see. It's got a, I think this is a high pressure fuel pump system. So it's gonna have a low side, which is just the low side. And here's MPA. I'm gonna have to, dang, what did I do? Let's see, touch something I don't have no business touching. I'm gonna have to convert that. But let's take a look under the hood. Sometimes it's very obvious on what's going on. Right. Yep, we got exposed wires.
I want to say this though. It's very good to see you working in your bay. Wow.
Yeah, I love my
Like this
bay.
bay hasn't been available for months. And I just realized like we've been in here, so when my shop cleaner come back, we'll get it all organized for you.
So this is the high pressure fuel pump right here.
What we working with?
2.4 Ecotech.
What is
Oh, this is like a Verano or
Verano?
whatever. Verna or something. I don't know. That's not important. It's about the drivetrain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see nothing out the ordinary yet. This engine has been replaced. I can see a heat tab on the side of the block. So we could potentially have wire issues,
Can we
something
see?
not plugged up right.
Okay. And that's how we can tell it's used.
Mm-hmm. And the installation, the split loom is ripped off. That's another indication on my end. All right, let me go up in the air and start checking stuff. I'm gonna have to find a knock sensor on this. That's rarely an issue for these cars. Well, she probably bought the car like that, so I already replaced the engine prior to her getting it.
It happens.
Cool.
Question.
Yes.
When we move, are we taking these lifts?
Of course, they're my lifts.
I thought you might want to get some new ones.
No, why would I leave perfectly good
I
lifts?
didn't say leave them. We could sell them.
Yeah, I like these.
You're not gonna get all fancy and get a brand name. This came from BestBuyAutoEquipment.com like what,
Man,
7-8 years ago.
Nah, I'm a
This
rock.
is your first lift, not this one. This is your first lift.
This is my first lift right here.
Yeah.
This particular
So
one.
yeah, we wouldn't get rid of this one. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I
This
thought
is
you was
my-
gonna get all fancy and get
Nah, this is my first ever lift though.
Hunter and Ben Pack.
Nah, a lift is a lift. Oops, not paying attention. I went too high.
I'm gonna rewatch this. The look on your face, like, no, Ethan.
Man, them lifts is expensive. She need tires. This tire is excellent. This tire is really good. I need brakes. Brakes are down to like 30%, 40%. I'd say more like 30. So, one bad tire so far. Two bad tires, both on the driver's side. This tire looks good from a glance, but it has deep dry rot cracks in between. Another victim of used tire shops, and it's got flat spots in it. This is the year date is 2017, so this tire is well out
8
of
years old.
date. Yeah, it's expired. This tire is not safe. It can blow out anytime. Yeah. A lot of people get wrapped up on how much tread a tire have, but don't realize tires expire just like just about anything else.
Some people don't know that tires expire.
Any tire that's over 6 years old, you need to consider replacing it. So I found some wires stuffed in here like this. So they just ripped out the harness here. These two are for the lower fog lights. These two are unknown currently. Let's see. Blue, black. Okay, that is for the ambient temp sensor. I think that's an ambient temp sensor. Yep. So the ambient temp sensor is not working because it's ripped out. So I just need to notate that.
What is that?
Well, this is a harness.
No, an ambient temp sensor.
It tells the computer what the temperature is outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's used for all kind of important stuff. But I think that is a passenger compartment ambient temp sensor. Because you have another ambient temp sensor inside the mass airflow sensor. It needs to know the degrees on the air, the temperature of the air coming inside the engine. And I think this one is just used for the passenger compartment to let you know, hey, it's 40 degrees outside, it's 50 degrees outside. But I will look at a diagram to see if it ties into anything dealing with the car's functionality of the engine. But in the meantime, I'm gonna continue looking around. Right now, I'm not sure where they put the NOx sensor in this engine. I should know because I work with these engines a lot, but that just goes to show that I don't do NOx sensors on these cars like that. And I think I found it. I'm gonna have to remove this shield. I don't want to though. But I'm gonna have to. So I need some 7s. Yeah, 7s. Okay. All right. Nonsense. Here she go. Make sure it's plugged in. She's plugged in. Check the wires. Wires look good. I doubt if it needs a NOx sensor. Look like somebody done replaced it already. Come on, can you get up in there to unplug it? Oh well. I'd probably hook up a voltometer and test it. Right. Funny. Transmission lines look like they're seeping. See the wetness on the lines? I guarantee you it went through an engine because the timing chain broke and bent valves. Okay. Let's commence the testing. Now, I'm trying to figure out, what's the deal? We do 2 problems with the diagnostic, or what we doing?
Yeah, I guess. See if it ties in.
Up to 2 problems. Well, the knock sensor and the fueling is
2
gonna
separate
be
issues.
different. Yeah, because knock sensor, well, the fueling is the main thing right now. Knock sensor is gonna be, it's throwing a circuit code.
So what we're discussing, guys, for you guys who don't understand, you get 1 hour for these diags plus courtesy, including courtesy inspection, right? But one thing we not and can't do is diagnose a gazillion problems within that 1 hour diag. Remember, time is money. Everything takes time. So we normally do, like if you come in here and you want a diagnostic, we'll do 2 codes. As you guys can see, I guess this video is a super diag process video. Stuff is a process. It takes time to be finding the correct issue. It's easy. We could sell her a knock sensor, but we don't want to do that if it's not what it needs. So
Exactly. So I'm gonna look up the procedures to test the knock sensor. Before I do that, I'm gonna see if I can pull knock sensor readings, and I can test the knock sensors by simply taking a screwdriver and tapping on side the block and see if I get a response for it. If I don't have that type of reading in my scan tool, then I will have to hook up my voltometer to it and basically just do the same thing and see if it picks up, or do an ohm resistance test on it, whatever the proper procedures for, which I'm gonna look up. I haven't had to diagnose a knock sensor. It's been a while since I diagnosed the last knock sensor I had. So I forgot the procedures. And like I always tell you, I work on a wide variety of cars. Sometimes it'd be seasons for overheating issues. Sometimes it'd be seasons for electrical issues of different types. So just this stuff comes in seasons sometimes. So let me go back to the fueling, because I definitely want to look into that. That's a problem. If the fuel trims are doing funny stuff, it could potentially cause the knock sensor to go haywire, because the engine main goal is to maintain a perfect air fuel ratio. If it can't do that, if the fuel air ratio is off, you can develop knock. Knock is what kills engines, and the main goal for the computer is to prevent knock and have great performance. So it's potentially knocking, and the car is like just blaming the knock sensor because it's got other problems. Car will go down the rabbit hole of just blaming stuff. So it's very important as a mechanic technician to know what you need to focus on first. And if you focus on the wrong thing at first, you can waste a lot of time. That's what I'm getting at. So I'm going to focus on the fuel.
So I didn't film all what you were doing because this video is already long. And then, you know.
Yeah, we got to cut out some stuff.
Yeah.
But this is what I checked. I checked the data. The fuel trims are out of this world. My last thing was to see if the high pressure fuel pump is leaking inside the crankcase. And you can just simply remove the cap, take a sniff, or strong. It smells straight up like gasoline in the oil. So we have it internally leaking. The seals on the backside of this high pressure fuel pump has blown out, causing fuel pressure problems at various RPMs. Now I didn't see it on the scan data as I was looking at everything was looking like it should look, but that don't mean diddly squat once I get it out on the road. I probably should have done that. Got it on the road, data logged, but I like to try to move things along pretty quick. So I skipped that part and just went to the nose test, sniffed the crankcase, and it smells like gas. So this one's gonna need a high pressure fuel pump.
That's what calling a knock sensor code?
Yep. If the crankcase is full of fuel, it will, because this is the crankcase vent. So if you have excess fuel in the crankcase, fuel in the oil, the engine will drag crankcase vapors up in this tube, drag it inside the intake to be burnt. Now, it's only expecting crankcase vapors, not fuel. So fuel is coming in, and now you're having a fuel or over-fueling condition that the car don't know what to do with. The car is not expecting this much fuel because it already expected to burn that fuel within that cycle. And now you're throwing off all kind of things. It'll cause engine knock because the car is flipping out trying to decide what it want to do. Cause the engine to run funny, which this one was. This one started after I finished my test, sitting there having it running. It started kind of running on its own after I turned the vehicle off. That's called dieseling. Just continue to run. And for a brief second after I hit the ignition off, and then it just die out on its own. It's not supposed to do that because it's burning fuel inside the combustion chamber from the crankcase.
Well, good diet, Doc.
Yep, so I'm gonna recommend that. But on that note, good people, my wife said, this video is already long and it's time for me to eat. I'm gonna leave you here. I really enjoyed you guys today. If you enjoyed me, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Alex Car Doctor out. See y'all on the next one.